All right. Today's deep thought is on fear. So last week it was on love. Now it's on fear. And just like with love, there's a lot of uh, various uses uh, of the word fear. And so it makes it unclear if, unless you take the specifics from the context, um, it fears a positive thing and a negative thing. So, um, is is fear bad? I would say no. Um, Now, just like with with love, I don't want to get so much caught up in saying I'm trying to define uh, fear, more explain, because otherwise I could just go to the Merriam-Webster dictionary and call it a day. But with love, we need to unpack some things. So if I were to define it, this is the um, best way I could package it. Um, I'd say it's the process and reaction wherein we ascribe power to something particularly over ourselves. And I struggle over the something for a while because should I say noun or because it can be an idea, it can be a person, maybe it could be a verb or an adverb. So it's I just I'm just gonna put unquote in the wait a minute. Oh, grammatically incorrect. I have to. There we go. There we go. Now you English majors can get off my back. Should I put a period? Sure, we'll put a period. All right. So I need to explain that. Or first, let's explain why. Um, there's the confusion. Uh, so from a religious standpoint, um, it just seems like fear is something antithetical to a positive life, a faith-filled life, a whatever. Hey, Jack. Um, Sorry, I'm trying to focus here. Okay. So yeah, first on floor it says perfect love, and when it says love, the that Greek word uses agape. So from last week, this is I'll come back to this later. But it says that you're. Oh well, thank you. They were like $30. It drives out fear. So you'd think, okay, fear's a negative thing. Fear is something you want to get rid of. Uh, but I remember there's times where people would have consequences happen to them, and so some elderly church lady would go, "Oh, that'll put the fear of God into them," and so that's making a reference to Proverbs 9. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And I hate these apparent contradictions. I have to resolve them. So, are we saying that the fear is okay in this context, but not okay in this context? So it took me a long time to crunch this and get to this definition or explanation so that it encapsulates everything. So let's take the fear of fire, for example. What is that? Pyrophobia, whatever. If I can have an appropriate level of fear for fire, so I'm aware that it can burn me, so I'm not going to hold a match for too long. I'm going to see it's getting close to my fingers. I'm going to put it out, chuck it away. I can have a too low of a level of fear for fire. And then I can do all kinds of stupid things. And then what's going to happen? Well, I'm going to get burned. Or I can have too much fear for fire. And then what happens with that case? Well, then I have this unreasonable, I act unreasonably. So if someone, lights a cigarette, so often when someone has an inappropriate level of fear for something, what are they told to do? They're told to face their fears. So what is the point of that advice? Well, that allows you to recalibrate the level of power, the power you ascribe to that thing, so the level you ascribe is the power it actually has over you. So it's not too much or not too little. So the very act of fear is ascribing power to something. So fear is not bad. So this allows us to resolve this contradiction here. So as we established in last week, what is agape? What is agape love? And that's the love that desires good for someone, as opposed to malice, which wants bad for someone. So if you have agape for someone, so you want good for them. So let's say someone's trapped in a burning building, going back to fire again. And so you love this person, you don't want to lose this person. So that love now trumps that fear of fire. So your will, even though your fear for the fire, may be appropriate, but your fear of losing that person that you love is even greater. And so in that way, perfect love, now agape, drives out fear. So what does this do for Proverbs 9? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So, and this is something that, did I drop a truth bomb on you, Jack? When along my journey in my prayers, when I just took a step of faith, it's like, I don't know if God has my best interest in mind. So when I took a step of faith, when I ascribed power to him, there's two things I realized. And this is what makes the fear of the Lord different than, it's the same principle, but different. Is unlike with, let's say, fire. Go back to the old example. If I see a huge forest fire, and I just see its intense power, I can feel the heat, I know if I stay put, I'm going to be reduced to ashes, and I know the level of pain I'm going to be in. So I ascribe all this power to it, and when I face that fear, I know that the fire has, it doesn't even have malice. It just has a complete lack of love. There's nothing to be had. There's ascribing power. It's not going to help me. It has no intent to help me. Just that power is going to completely destroy me. So what I found is when I feared God, I did not see malice in that. So there's two things I learned. One, there's no level of power I could ascribe that was enough. Like whatever I could guess what God would be capable of. For example, even though I come from, a family of relative means, and I could have, just come with hands, please, mom, dad, could I have some more? I wanted to take responsibility, but there came some months where there's more month than money left, and so how am I going to meet my obligations? And so I prayed about it, and then boom, like a job would come out of just at the last minute and resolve. So whatever power I could ascribe to God, it was always like whenever I faced it, it was always never enough. So I could never, it will always be underestimating. So that's one. Number two is unlike fire, where there's no malice, but there's no love either. In this, that there was an actual relationship, and there was actually love that came back and good intent. So in that now squares away this unified definition and explanation of fear. Is either way, both in a secular sense and in a spiritual sense, fear is just ascribing power to something. And so it's not bad, it's not good, it's something that you, whatever the fear is, I'm trying to think if there's a situation where you'd never not want to face your fear. But in general, that's a good principle to have, is face your fear so that you can appropriately ascribe power to whatever you have fear, such that, because otherwise either A, you're going to get burned, either literally or metaphorically, or B, you're going to just be in a delusional state, and that will prevent you from actually being productive, because you'll always be being afraid of the risk of getting hurt. So yeah, I think that squares that away pretty well. So yeah, Jack, these streams end up being pretty brief. Just did you have any questions before I end the stream? Next stream's gonna be on Wednesday. I'll probably do the Twitch things, and then Thursday I've got an announcement. I'm so used to being on other people's streams. I'm going to spam some bits. I'm like, wait a minute, this is my own channel. Sub. Wait, no, you can't. All right. Well, I'm going to end it here. And then, so yeah, I'll see you on stream. This, was it? Oh, well, I still got the VOD up, and it's also on YouTube if you want to catch up with it. Yeah, Mondays I'm doing my my intellectual passion projects. Deep dives into topics I've put a lot of thought into. Sub this Argent. Yeah, I think I'm not sure if I'll bother with the affiliate, because I did want to multi-stream, even though I'm having problems getting that working, and I don't want to be under Twitch's thumb and breaking terms of service. So, blech. But no buts. Oh, well, thank you. What do you think? Should I keep my gray, my salt and pepper look, or should I try to look more like a millennial and dye it? Too late. I've already decided. We're going salt and pepper all the way. Who knows? Maybe I'll turn into one big silver fox, Richard Gere style. Before I, oh wait a minute. I was gonna say before I hit 40. Too late. I'm already 40. Anyway, that's it. So, yep, songs hopefully on Wednesday, and then, and then more updates on what's coming out on the whole landscape, especially in the U.S. right now on Thursday, and then party on Friday, as always. All right, thanks, Jack. Hopefully, I'll see you there.